Hi, this is Dr. John Michael Salvato again, and today we're going to be talking to you a little bit more about cortisol, as we did in our previous video, talking about the effects that cortisol has on good cellular health. Cortisol is a glucocorticoid, a steroid hormone, and it's produced by the cholesterol in the two adrenal glands located on top of each kidney. Now, it's normally released in response to events and circumstances such as waking up in the morning, exercising, and acute stress. We've long understood that cortisol has far-reaching systemic effects that play many important roles in the body's effort to carry out its processes and maintain homeostasis. However, we're also beginning to realize that the hormone, which is best known for its role in the fight or flight syndrome, may also play a significant role in many of the diseases and the conditions that we experience in today's world. The theory is that in our ever overstressed, fast-paced lifestyle, our bodies are constantly pumping out more and more cortisol, almost continuously, which can wreak havoc on our health because of the interplay that exists between our hormones and the immune system. For example, under stressful conditions, cortisol provides your body with an additional supplement of glucose, which the body theoretically would convert into energy. But in a world that's often high stress and continual stress, this constant production of glucose can lead to imbalance that eventually would manifest as type 2 diabetes, for example. Similarly, because cortisol mobilizes your triglyceride storage, moving the triglycerides to your fat cells, then excessive cortisol could lead to obesity. Chronic inflammation, often due to stress, to lifestyle factors such as poor diet and exercise or insufficient water intake, can also lead to soaring cortisol levels as well, which can permanently suppress your immune system. Now, this immune suppression can lead to increased susceptibilities such as and illnesses that produce an increased risk of cancer, food allergies, fibromyalgia, gastrointestinal disorders such as ulcers, diverticulitis and such, cardiovascular disease, irritable bowel syndrome. Research even indicates that increased cortisol levels could play a significant role in the development of Parkinson's disease, according to a recent study that was conducted by scientists at the Scripps Research Institute, which was just recently released. That study discovered that neuroinflammation and its mediators have been discovered to contribute to a loss of the dopaminergic neurons in the brain that lead to disease. So theoretically, because chronic inflammation often leads to damage of the interleukin-13 receptor in the brain cells, one of the best hopes that we have for treatment could be to find a way to increase the availability of undifferentiated stem cells, for example, so that these stem cells could replace and rebuild these receptors that are missing in the neurons in your brain. That would effectively reduce, if not reverse, the damage caused by Parkinson's disease. So we're just beginning to understand the tremendous impact that controlling cortisol levels can have in the body. Now, the reason I find this so exciting is that we've recently rediscovered the research of Dr. John Davidson, who found out that on the 9th day of a fertilized chicken egg, that egg contains nearly all of the constituent factors necessary to sustain life, to support and repair disease, and to stimulate the production of undifferentiated stem cells. Now, the report that we're hearing on a daily basis from people who suffer from diabetes, from chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, from muscle and joint pain, as well as reports from athletes and sports nutrition practitioners, anti-aging specialists, doctors, and those who work with patients suffering from AIDS, Alzheimer's disease, and other serious illnesses, has been nothing short of astounding. You see, this represents a critical breakthrough in the way that we approach health, anti-aging, and healing. Because we're not saying that this product or that product is curing anything, which has been the approach in the past, but now we're saying that if you're able to support the body's natural function by giving it all of the essential amino acids and the constituent factors such as fibroblastic growth factor 2 in a bioavailable form that the body can readily assimilate and readily use, then the body will begin to produce undifferentiated stem cells, which over time begin to work on whatever area the body needs them in. Now, as a naturopathic practitioner and a scientist, I could never predict the benefits that somebody else is going to experience under these conditions, because your body knows better than any medical professional where the greatest source of damage and the greatest need for stem cells exists at any given time. For example, when I began to use this product personally, my immune system was the most severely compromised part of what we call the whole body system. Well, then it may be that the body begins to reduce cortisol levels and stem cells start to work on boosting my immune system, raising my T cells and so forth. But maybe a few months later, when I had stabilized enough, those new stem cells might go to work on the brain cells, on those neurons that were lacking the interleukin-13 receptors. Or maybe they would work on correcting the imbalances so that my dopamine levels would be stabilized. And along the process, because both of these serious conditions caused high cortisol levels, by reducing the cortisol levels significantly, we would see a reduction in body fat. We'd see an increase in my energy level and maybe even a better night's sleep. So what excites me is that we're no longer in need of 10 or 20 different protocols or supplements to treat all of the different conditions and imbalances that have developed in our bodies over time. Instead, we're going to the common root cause of these diseases. We're giving the body what it needs to repair itself instead of supplementing, masking, or chemically interfering with the body's processes. And that is a revolutionary shift in wellness, anti-aging, and disease prevention. Now, if you'd like more information about how you can learn about the recent breakthroughs